Hello and welcome back to the next pick a card reading. So today's reading is going to be answering the question, what is my life purpose? So for this reading, I've decided to pick out 3 groups, and I've placed a piece card done by, what's his name? Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. And they're going to represent our 4 different groups for today. So we have groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. So group 1 says, success is an inside job. Group 2 says, I live my life in my own way. Group 3 says, I develop a positive state of mind. And group 4 says, I enjoy my own company. So take some time, feel free to pause the video or just look at the cards and decide which is the right group for you based off of your intuition. It could mean that you see a pile glowing. It could mean that you feel called to a specific deck. It could mean that you feel called to a specific saying. So take some time and decide which one is right for you. If you do enjoy these readings, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I try to post readings 3 times a week, but I've been finding that my upload schedule or my internet isn't great, so uploading is really difficult. So on average, I get about 2 to 3 uploads per week. So that's still a lot of good pick a card readings. So if you enjoy the readings from me, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And then also, if you're interested in private readings or donating to the channel, all of that information is located below in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started with group 1. If you are picking group 1, scroll down to the description box as well, and you'll find the timestamps located there. Okay, group number 1. You picked success is an inside job. So let's take a look at what your life purpose is. So let's start off with the oracle cards. We have peaceful resolution, suffering in silence, and material and spiritual prosperity. So you definitely seem to be looking for your path on your own. And I think that that's incredible that we have suffering in silence going with success as an inside job. I think what the lesson that you're here to learn right now is to believe in yourself. You know, we all believe that there are specific things that we must do in life and specific jobs that we must achieve in this life. And I think the biggest purpose that we have overall into life is to just come into this 3D world and experience it. And at the end of the day, decide whether or not certain experiences are going to be what shape the message that we put out to the world. So are you the type of person that chooses to teach others? Are you the person that has chosen to find peace within yourself? I think mostly what I'm getting from this so far is that your purpose in this life is to help other people find worth in themselves by first finding your own sense of self-worth. And I think that also what you're trying to do is find a specific career or a life path that will help you feel like you're achieving that purpose. And so that's what I think would work best for you. It's you first have to find your own sense of self-worth. You have to believe in yourself first and believe that you are capable of godlike creativity, that you are capable of manifestation and capable of bringing anything that you want into your world and then teaching that to other people. We have the card material and spiritual prosperity. So abundance is meant for you in this life, and the only way that you can get it in this life and in any other life is if you believe in yourself that you can. So again, success is an inside job. So let's take a look at the tarot cards to see what we need, what can clarify this for us. So we have the Four of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups clarified. The Chariot goes with the Seven of Swords reversed, and the Eight of Pentacles goes with the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so definitely there is I think what you're trying to figure out right now is how to find, like I said before, it's finding a career that helps you achieve that life purpose of yours, while also finding abundance and prosperity, right? So the first step right now is that you're preventing yourself from doing that because you're holding on too significantly to the resources that you already have. The Four of Pentacles is a card that symbolizes difficulty sharing with others. I don't want to say greediness, but holding on to what you have too tightly to the point where you're not open to expansion, you're not open to growth, you're stuck in that same position over and over and over. The Nine of Cups reversed, in the upright, it's actually the wishes fulfilled card. You can see, look at the comparison of the two. We have a man here clutching on to Four Pentacles, whereas we have a man here sitting openly offering up his cups, and you know, it looks like it's on a table that has a nice tablecloth on it, and it's as if he's opening to sharing this abundance with the world, whereas this person in the Four of Pentacles has been hiding himself off from the rest of society, protecting what is his. So because the Nine of Cups is in reverse, your wishes are possible, they are possible to be granted, but because you are not open to sharing and to receiving, that is why you're seeing financial dissonance. There is a disagreement here, and that is mainly only because you are afraid of losing money. And I think that you are afraid of losing money because I don't think that you feel like there's anything else that you can be doing in order to make more money. I think that you've shut yourself off from the possibility of finding other ways to make income, and you potentially only have one job, and that's your main source of income. But I think for you, you can be someone who's capable of opening up multiple streams of flow of income and seeing great success in that. So let's move on to the next group. So we had suffering in silence, and then we had with that the Chariot, clarified by the Seven of Swords in reverse. So there's definitely a fear here of letting other people in, of feeling like people are going to take advantage of you. And because of that, you've been going at this by yourself. You've been going at this alone for a significant amount of time. The Chariot combined with suffering in silence shows me that you've been going through an uphill battle. And one of my favorite tarot readers, her name is Gemstone Tarot here on YouTube, she likes to explain this card as trying to ride two horses with one ass, which I think is beautiful because it's so true. It's trying to work hard at something and juggle something that will end up successful in the long run. It's just very awkward, and it can be tedious at times, and it can be exhausting at times. But I think the main reason why you could still be stuck in this stage of the Major Arcana group number 1 is because you are afraid of letting other people in to the extent that you feel that if you do, then they're going to take advantage of you. We have the Seven of Swords. This is the card of deceit. It's the card of lying and stealing and taking advantage, people taking advantage. And so with it in the reverse, I always think of it as resistance. So there's definitely resistance to and fear of that happening to you. And so the only way to get past this is to simply let people in and to simply allow people into your life, just like with any relationship. If this is either, you know, a romantic relationship, or even if it's a business relationship, you're not going to know how the relationship with this person will blossom unless you are open to it and take the chance on it. Because the worst thing that can happen is that it's not a good match. And sure, you know, there could be fear over someone taking your physical property, like we were seeing here in the Four of Pentacles. But if you are able to get past the self-limiting belief that you have the opportunity to make more money than you believe that you do, then this fear is automatically gone. Once you're able to see that money can come to you in a multiple of different avenues and multiple different routes, then success is, you know, within grasp at that point. So now the final set is peaceful resolution with Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So there is a challenge coming up for you, group number one, as to whether or not you're going to accept the help from someone else. We have the Page of Pentacles here. So first I want to start off actually with the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card that represents diligence, hard work. It's the number 8, so it's related to strength in the major arcana, and which basically means strength of will, hard-working attitude, and willing to get down in the trenches and put your all into it, put your heart and soul into your work, and really let that show through your craft. That you do pour your love into the things that you create in this world, whatever it is, you know, that you do as a job, whatever it is that you are here for as your life purpose. I can see you being a life coach, actually, is what I wanted to say before, is that, you know, your purpose in this life is to learn about your own sense of self-worth, and then you are therefore able to teach others how to do that. So I could see you being a life coach for sure. And so the Eight of Pentacles just means pouring your heart and soul into this life coaching job, and really sharing your story and not being afraid of sharing that story, because once you let go of that fear of other people taking advantage of you, this no longer is a concern, because the fear of that happening to you only allows the universe to bring it to you further, because whatever you resist persists in life. So there is going to be someone coming into your life offering you an opportunity for financial success. And so this is next to the Seven of Swords reversed. And I think that this is what your challenge is right now in order to help you find your life purpose, group number one, is whether or not to accept this person into your life, because it could feel to you as though they are there solely to take advantage of you. But I think if you let this person in and let them guide you in a way, they sound like they could be a potential mentor or a coworker. Yeah, someone who is either of equal or slightly higher ranking in perspective to you. Like this could be someone who is a mentor, like I was saying, or it could be a colleague, and they could have an idea or an offer for a business. And it's up to you as to whether or not you want to accept that opportunity, that chance, and whether or not you choose to listen to them. So it's about moving past this fear of being taken advantage of. And once you're able to do that, there will be significant financial success for you within that business, but also it's going to be a journey of finding your own sense of self-worth. And sharing your story and being open to sharing your story is another major piece of the puzzle that will come together in helping you realize what your life purpose is. So that's it for you, group number one. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did enjoy the reading, make sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, group number 2. I live my life in my own way. So group number 2, we're going to take a look at the cards that will help us understand what your life purpose is and what you can do in order to help you to achieve that. So already we've got the card, I live my life in my own way. So as I was telling group 1 too, the point of what I believe basically when we come into this world is that our jobs, our purpose, our overarching purpose is to experience this world, experience this 3D world, right? And based off of those experiences, we then decide who we are as a soul, as an individual, you know, what our mission is, what our message is to the world. So by asking the question, what is my purpose in this life? It's really asking, what message am I here to send? What message am I here to teach others? And the message could be, I live my life in my own way. So let's take a look at the oracle cards. We have the situation will improve, we have new beginnings, and we have shadow. So there's definitely some shadow work that needs to be done here in group number 2. Looking deep within yourself, looking deep within the things that you are afraid of, the things that you feel are the opposite of who you are, and seeing how they can teach you a little bit more about yourself. Because, you know, life, this 3D world is based off of the sense of relativity. You know, we have the yin and the yang, the yin and the yang in life, and the idea of dualism balances everything out in this universe. And just like the universe, we ourselves have two sides to ourselves. We have the side that we show to the world, and the side that is our shadow side, the side that stays within ourselves. And so there could be a lot of shadow work to be done here for you, and honoring that part of you. I think that what I'm getting from this is that you've been forcing it out of your life. You've been actively trying to avoid, you know, listening to that voice, listening to that side of you, and maybe now things have started to happen that you've been resisting for such a long time that now you're ready for the situation to improve. And the way that you can go about doing that is by embracing this part of you, embracing this shadow side of you. So there are new beginnings, and yeah, it's going to involve a friendship, really, and understanding and being in love with this shadow side of you. It's a part of you that you need to accept in order for you to find balance. So this could mean, you know, having conversations with your inner child. This could mean looking back at times in your life that you found difficult. This could mean, you know, working with a therapist, anything like that. I would start by educating yourself on what is your shadow side and how to work with your shadow side in order to find success further down the road. But know that, you know, even though it feels dark now, the situation will improve. It's simply only your shadow self is trying to give you a message that you need in order to move forward. So let's take a look at the tarot cards. We have the Hierophant, Justice in reverse, both are in reverse, the Page of Swords, Two of Cups, the Page of Cups reversed, and the Devil. Okay. So also, if there are anyone that's chosen group number 2 who's new to tarot and they see the Devil card, don't be afraid. This card basically represents temptation, sometimes addiction, sometimes unhealthy relationships. I'll come back to this in a little bit, but I don't want you to be afraid of this card. We're going to first focus on the shadow work, So we have the Hierophant in reverse, and it's been clarified by the Two of Cups. So yeah, going back to what I said earlier, the Hierophant is a card that represents tradition, the symbolism of marriage, coming together as one. And because it's in the reverse, this is telling me that there is a rejection of the shadow self, and there is a disinterest in opening up what feels like Pandora's box. And it's interesting to see that it's clarified by the Two of Cups, because the Two of Cups represents the coming together of two individuals to be there for one another. It's, you know, the ultimate friendship or the ultimate romantic relationship. And so I think that this is showing that even though there is resistance to the coming together of yourself and your shadow self, success is found by the coming together of these two parts of you. And I think that you will find that there is much more of a sense of balance and peace when you do choose to embrace this part of yourself. So next we have the New Beginnings Oracle card with Justice in the reverse and Page of Cups in the reverse. So yes, again, like I was saying earlier, it's this feeling that things are upside down, things aren't going the way that you would like them to for you. You're probably going through a very dark period in your life right now, group number 2, and I think overall you feel that because of that, you're not capable of giving or receiving love of any kind, just because you just feel so out of balance that is something that you feel like is a negative part of yourself, is that you're not strong enough to be capable of handling a relationship with another being. And that's completely within your grasp, group number 2. But again, what's important for you first is to develop a healthy relationship with yourself and really fall in love with yourself first and embrace every single aspect of you before having a relationship with another person is going to come to fruition. Now, this actually brings me back to the Devil, because the Devil can represent relationships that are I just want to say not good, but I want to say something that's better than not good. It's a relationship that doesn't serve your highest good. It doesn't serve you. It's a relationship based out of addiction or codependency, or two people that are struggling on their own, and therefore they find company in each other's misery. You know, it's a relationship that isn't going to bring either party anywhere closer to being at peace or being at happiness or in a state of happiness with themselves. So these are paired with the situation will improve. So this could mean that you're already in a relationship right now, and because we have it paired with the Page of Swords, you could be thinking about ending this relationship. You could be thinking about moving off and doing something on your own. You're living your life in your own way. So that could be what is going on, is that you're starting to realize there's a side of you that needs to be let out, needs to be heard. And the only way in which for you to move forward with that is by ending this relationship and living your life in your own way, as personified here by the Page of Swords. So that is your life purpose for you, group 2, is recognizing the beauty in your shadow self and allowing that side of you to come out and speak to others and be a part of your identity. You've been spending so much time purposefully pushing that side of you away, and I think now it's getting to the point where that side of you is scratching at the surface and really pushing to come out and be heard and exist, in this 3D world. So I wish you the best, Group 2. I think that, you know, you're well on your way. As we have said before, the situation will improve. So honor this side of yourself. Research what the shadow side is. Research, you know, ways in which you can communicate with that part of yourself. It might do you good to find a therapist or someone who specializes in this kind of work who can help guide you with this. And yeah, again, I wish you all the best. So thank you so much, Group 2, for joining me for this reading today. I hope it was insightful for you. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this reading, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, next group is group number 3. So we picked, or you have picked, not we, you, picked the card that says, I develop a positive state of mind. So let's find out what your life purpose is, Group 3. Let's take a look first at the Oracle cards. We have Take Action, the Base Chakra, and Heartache and Loss. So you could have just recently lost a relationship, you could have lost a loved one. And so now I think what this is showing you is just kind of surface level. What I'm picking up so far is you've lost someone or you've lost something in your life, and now it's about rallying and getting back up on that horse and choosing to move forward, choosing to take action. The base chakra is a card that represents sexual energy, but also a grounding energy. So your connection to the earth, your connection at a primal level with other human beings, and just feeling that sense of connectedness with everything around you. I just got a flash of, you know, the movie Avatar with the blue people, and that scene where they're at the tree and they combine their two tails. That's the image that I just got for you, group number 3, is tapping in and connecting with the universe around you and connecting with that inner voice, basically. And again, choosing to live your life in a positive state of mind. Whatever this person took from you, it doesn't define who you are. You're not a failure because this person or this thing has been taken away from you. It's that, and that I think is what your purpose is choosing to live a life of unconditional love. No matter what happens, no matter what people try to do or take or say, your purpose in this life is to teach others and to teach others by practicing a state of unconditional love. So let's take a look at the tarot cards. We have the Empress in reverse, the Four of Swords in reverse, the Four of Wands in reverse, the King of Cups, Four of Cups reversed, and the High Priestess. Okay, so I'm going to just go down the line here. So with Heartache and Loss, we have the Empress in reverse and the King of Cups in the upright. So yes, this could be a loss of a relationship. It could be the loss of a mother figure. Someone may have passed away in your life. Or they could have decided that they no longer want a place in your life. I'm picking up that some people in group number 3 could have been adopted, and so they're struggling to figure out who their parents are, who their birth mother is. And so the King of Cups, you could have a strong relationship with a father figure who is in tune with their emotions, or I'm also seeing this representing you, group number 3, is that as a result of this loss with this female figure, you have made it your life's mission to become that emotional leader, that emotional, stable, well, the thing with water is that it doesn't always represent stability. However, We can see here in this card that even though the water is sloshing about and moving, his throne that he's sitting on is quite stable in and of itself. So yeah, I would go back to that and say, you know, in a world of what feels like chaos and like you don't have control, you are trying to be the person there that represents that stability. So the next group that we have is the base chakra with the Four of Swords reversed and the Four of Cups reversed. So again, like we were talking about before, is finding that connectiveness with the universe, with literally with the earth around you, and that primal connection with people around you. So the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups both reversed makes me immediately think that there's resistance to doing that. There's resistance towards bringing yourself back down to that level. There's already so much fleeting energy here with the King of Cups, and I think that's what's interesting is you're trying to represent someone that is like stable in a sense of in a world of chaos, but it hasn't been working for you just yet. Again, we've got, so the Four of Swords in the upright represents someone that's in a state of rest after a period of high anxiety. And so they're not necessarily grounding themselves, but they're just taking a break from the chaos. So with this being in the reverse, I would say that that is still something that you're working towards achieving. So bringing it back to, I develop a positive state of mind. So that would be the next challenge for you, group number 3, is dealing with this anxiety and this stress, finding ways that you can ground yourself, finding ways that you can take a break from the stress. This may also mean getting help. You know, it could mean seeking out someone to speak with, a professional, finding therapy of some kind. That could be really of benefit to you. So now that moves us on to the Four of Cups in reverse. It's interesting that we have 2 fours here. So the Four of Cups in the upright is someone who is paying too much attention to these 3 cups down here and not noticing an offer of love or an offer of peace as the 4th cup. If you're familiar with the tarot, you'll recognize that this symbol here with the cloud in the hand and the cup is a representation of the Ace of Cups. So again, with it being in the upright, I would actually say that you might be aware of this. You might have already had people come to you for help, but because you're trying to be someone who is a leader and be there for others, that it makes it difficult for you to accept that help, to accept basically being in a state of weakness where you have to accept help from others. And I'm promising you, accepting help from others has nothing to do with weakness. If anything, I believe that it is a sign of strength, because it's showing that you recognize that you're not able to do everything in this life on your own, and nor should you think yourself someone that needs to do that. It's about accepting the help that was taken away from you before, that you've lost before, accepting someone else's help and guidance to help you move on, to help you move past it, to help you develop a positive state of mind. So the final set of cards that we have is the Four of Wands in reverse and the High Priestess. So success is very much on your side. It is a possibility for you in this life. But again, there's resistance. We're seeing in the card too that there's 2 people standing together holding up flowers. It almost looks like they've just been married, because this looks like a canopy, a marriage canopy, right? And there's people in the background celebrating as well. And so I think that there is someone in your life who represents a great deal to you and is trying to help you. But there's resistance to allowing that person, a stable position in your life. And I think that that is the thing that you need to take action on the most, is letting this person in. Then we have it clarified by the high priestess, which represents divination, intuition, like the all-knowing knowledge. But for me, it more specifically represents getting the knowledge that you need to hear in order to help you make a decision. So what I think you need to hear, group number 3, is that you are capable of loving people and also accepting that love in return, and not having fear that they're going to leave you. And more specifically, that if someone did or has left you in the past, it has nothing to do with you. They didn't leave because of you. They left because of their own needs, because of what they needed to do for themselves. So I hope that that resonates with you, group number 3. I hope that you are able to develop a positive state of mind in your life. And so, yeah. So if you liked this reading and if you feel like it resonated, please let me know in the comments below. And otherwise, like, comment, or subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you are interested in seeing more videos or more pick a card readings. So thank you very much. Okay, group number 4. I enjoy my own company. So let's take a look at the oracle cards that could represent your life's purpose, or what you need to do in order to achieve your life purpose. So we have the oracle card, angel oracle card, yes, disruption, and light. So whenever I see light, I always automatically think light worker. So you could be someone who is interested in the healing arts. You could be someone who is interested in alternative healthcare, such as Reiki or Chinese medicine or naturopathy, or even integrative medicine, which integrates Eastern and Western philosophies of medicine. But there's also been a bit of a disruption in your life that has forced you to spend more time alone. Maybe there has been a breakup that you've just recently gone through. Maybe you have gone away to school, but you've gotten yourself into a place of what feels like isolation, and it's changed the way that you live your day-to-day life. Maybe you're someone that is used to relationships or having a number of people around you in your life, and being a part of a community. And now this has challenged you in a way where you feel like you're alone, and it's coming to peace with being your own best friend, with enjoying your own company. Now the yes card, this could mean saying yes to new adventures, saying yes to things that make you feel uncomfortable, saying yes to things that push you outside of your comfort zone. So let's take a look at the tarot cards to see how they clarify these oracle cards. So we have the 6 of Swords reversed, the 3 of Pentacles reversed, the 8 of Wands, the Magician, the 10 of Swords, and the Temperance Major Arcana card reversed. So yes, when I was putting these out, I immediately noticed these two, the 6 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, and even the 10 of Swords. But leading back to what I was saying before, feeling like, you know, you've lost a community, you've lost a partnership, and now you've been forced to spend more time on your own. right here, the Six of Swords in reverse. So being forced to wade through the trenches, but without the person there by your side that was, you know, the Clyde to your Bonnie, or the Bonnie to your Clyde. And then paired with the Magician. So this is about finding power within yourself, realizing that you have all of the skills that are necessary to get you onto the next path. You have the light easily accessible within you. It's just a natural gift of yours to naturally be able to heal others through being in your presence, and through you basically are able to perform healing rituals or spells, if you want to call it that, without even realizing that you're doing it. It's just that you're that powerful of an individual. You're that tapped in to the universe and the way that energy moves. It's something that just comes second nature to you, and you're probably not even able to describe how you do it. It's just part of, you know, who you are. If someone were to come up and have a conversation with you, they would automatically feel lifted and their mood would be heightened, because it's just naturally within you to be that kind of a healer. Yes, so it's about finding strength on your own, finding strength as an individual, and that you are capable of things on your own without having to rely on the group to get you through it. I mean, no matter what, having a community is good, but it's important that we first recognize our own individualistic strengths and how that allows us to bring more strength to the community in general. So for the disruption card, again, we've got the Three of Pentacles, which again made me feel like the community was taken away from you in sorts, clarified by the Ten of Swords. So feeling defeated, feeling as if a chapter had ended and you didn't want it to end. It was just taken away from you. The Three of Pentacles reversed is a card of, in the upright, it represents careful planning, goal setting, strategic. It's like building a house and making the plans to build that house. But that was taken away from you, basically. And so now you're left feeling defeated and with thousands of swords in your back, almost as if you'd been backstabbed, as if, you know, someone really caught you by surprise, basically. And so the Yes card is paired with the Eight of Wands and the Temperance in reverse. So this isn't a time to sit back and let things happen. It's about taking action. It's about communicating exactly what you're thinking. It's about standing up for yourself. And it's about saying what's on your mind and not being afraid of the consequences, because that is going to be the stages that will get you the community that you deserve. And this will come from enjoying your own company, because what the Eight of Wands represents to me is speaking your truth. It's speaking your story. It's standing up for yourself. And so with this experience, Group 4, I hope that you are able to find the strength within yourself and see that you don't have to wait for things to come along. You don't have to wait for water to turn into gold. You are completely capable within your own power, and you have this magnetic ease of controlling the energy of the universe around you, that it's very easy for you to attract your own tribe that is of even better benefit to you than the previous one ever was. So